Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of BrobusCast. I am Brobuscus, obviously, and with me today is ZDogg.
Yes. So, I don't know. I wasn't thinking of the joke. Gosh.
Yeah. It's
Yep.
battle royale time again.
Yep. And today we're gonna stick pretty positive.
Yeah, I think so.
Yep.
Or at least I hope so.
I'm sure we will. Considering our topic today, our main topics today. Well, first, yes. The most recent battle royale is what I was trying to segue into.
Yeah. Wow, this intro is short. All right. Let's just get into it. Actually, I'm okay with it. So,
Yeah.
Alright, so our first discussion, the most recent episode, Guts versus Wolverine, was a thing, and holy crap, it's God tier.
Yeah, it's. I think. Well, I don't know about you, but I think it beats Tommy versus Leo.
Oh yeah, yep.
Okay.
By far, it's by far the best.
Yes. Which makes me very happy to say that.
Yeah, especially after the last two, you're kind of in the need of a really good episode, in my opinion.
Yeah. But thankfully we got one, and it was better. Just like everything was really good.
Yeah, it's everything we were expecting and kind of hoping it would be. To an extent, I'd say it was actually probably better.
Yeah, I can agree on that.
Yeah, there's not really a lot to say. It's just a bunch of gushing. Like, the animation was phenomenal.
Yes.
Although
Grubus X did a really good job on the first half, and Kai's did really good on the second half. Although I'm confused why he changed the aspect ratio, but that's just nitpicking.
no, well, yeah, I can't really. I don't know what to say. It was good.
It was really good. The analysis part, I felt this was their best analysis yet.
Can I just say that am I the only one who feels like the verdict for this one felt like a pretty good, like, near copy paste of what I said in the prediction video?
I mean, kind of.
I got the speed wrong, but like, I underestimated both characters' speeds. But I got the basic idea that Wolverine was just ludicrously faster. So I'm okay with.
He just couldn't cut through.
No, it's yeah. It's not like, this matchup sounds so good on paper, and then you look at it and you're like, oh no.
Yeah, it's a good match. It's a very good stop match.
Yeah.
But then again, not every matchup will be the most fair in the world.
No. I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. Like, what they said and like why their reasons for why Wolverine won felt like they were pretty much repeating what I said in the prediction video. I felt really good about that. It's so weird because when they announced this, they were saying how they wouldn't be doing this if we couldn't prove that Guts wouldn't stand a chance. That Guts would stand a chance. I'm like, okay, then why are you doing this? It's like, well, if you want to prove that Guts stands a good chance, then why Wolverine? um,
I think they like showed him his respect.
Oh yeah.
They tried to like make it sound like such like helping.
I think outside of the second half, I think Guts was pretty much had the first half of the fight covered for him. Like the first half was basically just a straight up beatdown, and then the second half was when things were getting really, really serious. When things got serious, Guts was dead. Guts was DED dead. When things weren't so serious and they were just like fighting each other, he was doing a pretty good job. And then things got serious and he got the snot beat out of him. And his blood, and his organs, and his everything else. Yeah, he's mad dead. I do remember when this was out for Discord, not Discord users. Well, actually, yeah, Discord users, some of them. Well, Patreon, anyways. And since I'm a mod on a server, I saw it too. I remember like going to the chill cafe because everyone was joking around about spoiling it, and they didn't actually spoil it. And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna legit spoil it. Ready? I thought I would fool somebody. I don't think I did. And I said that the spoiler is that this fight is flippin' amazing. I was basically going over why it was so good outside of like trying not to actually spoil it because I wasn't in the spoiler chat. And I basically I briefly went over how the ending of the fight, like the death, the killing blow was super brutal. I remember someone, I'm not going to point out who, I remember someone actually considering that an actual spoiler. People, including like I think Galactic Attorney was there too. It was like it's Guts and Wolverine. What did you expect?
Speaking of which, we should go into the voice then.
Yes.
Amazing.
Yes.
Again.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Fun story for you YouTube watchers.
Yep. And also JACFS.
Oh yeah. So no, this is not part of the fun story. We'll get to that in a second. So yeah, obviously, since I didn't make a video about it, obviously, we didn't get the parts for the characters.
But honestly, considering like the parts we didn't get, I'm somewhat happy we didn't get it.
I know, right? And I looked back at like when the auditions were over, but they hadn't announced who was voicing the characters yet. I looked back at because I didn't when I submitted my audition, I didn't actually like review it. I just kind of recorded it and then submitted it, and that was it. When I looked back at my auditions, I was like, wow. Like now I'm thinking like I think I did okay as Guts, but Wolverine was just an absolute like mess. Yeah, apparently I'm not as good as impersonating these characters as I thought.
I still think I'm a pretty good Wolverine. Because you know when you see him,
Wow.
I'm sure.
Yeah, honestly, I'm actually kind of glad that neither of us got the no offense, but I'm actually kind of glad neither of us got the parts.
Not taken, because the actual voice, which I was not expecting.
I know.
To actually, it was.
Well, I was, but I wasn't like. Oh, I wasn't surprised, but I was happy.
I was actually surprised that he actually tried out in the first place.
I know, right? Anyways, yeah, 404 VA voiced Guts. I have never even heard of him until he was announced. 404, if you're, I don't know your actual name, but if you're watching this and you heard that, I'm sorry. This is my first experience with you. But Wolverine is voiced by a good friend of mine. He and I are bros. Yeah, Spectral Star.
Yeah,
Nerdbender.
And he did an amazing. Like both of you did. Like I don't know if you're watching this, but I don't care. Both of you did spectacular.
I know.
Like
I imagine Star's watching, but I don't know.
I'll probably send it to him.
Yeah. Yeah, I've looked around and I've heard a lot of people complaining about Star's performance, and I get it, honestly. Like if you look at like what he's trying to do, he doesn't sound at all like people are trying to compare whoever voices Wolverine. They're always trying to compare him to Stephen Bloom, obviously, because Stephen Bloom is Wolverine. And Star obviously wasn't Stephen Bloom. It was like 50% Stephen Bloom. Actually, I'd say it was like 25% Stephen Bloom, 75% his own gravelly voice. He kind of combined them together, and I think it pulled up. I think, well, it's definitely not like perfect by any means. It's good. It's and then Guts. It took me a good long while to actually warm up to Guts' voice actor, if I'm being completely honest. Like it took me a while. I got used to it, and it's good. But yeah.
He actually kind of reminded me of like Guts in the anime.
A little bit.
Yeah, a little.
My problem was that he was a couple notches too high. To me anyway, it seemed like he was a bit too high. Like a couple notches too high for Guts' voice. But it's whatever. Obviously we can't expect perfection. In order to get perfection, you have to get the actual voice actors, and there's no way that's happening. But yeah, I think my favorite line from Guts was just like his last line in the first half of it, like his last line during Drew's part of the animation. It was just it's good.
Okay. I thought you were talking about the now. Well, no, this is interesting.
No. Yeah, I don't know. And back on the analysis, because that's usually the last thing we cover when it comes to research versus animations. It's right. Just saying.
It's right. It was good.
I preferred character 1. Let's freaking go.
Yay.
It's becoming a rarity these days. Seeing the characters I like more win. Yeah. It's right, and it's actually like 100% right.
They're pretty much like nailed it on the explanation. Like
I think this is by far the most accurate one they had so far. I'm not questioning that. That's like the other ones had at least something there that was, well, except maybe Subby versus Kua, but nah. there's always something there that's a bit off, like with their reasoning. They've always gotten the results right, in my opinion. Like Samus beats Mega Man, White Ranger beats Leonardo, Batman beats Punisher, Black Grandma beats Mewtwo, Chloe beats Eevee, and then Wolverine beats Guts. Yeah, there's not an episode I disagree with yet. Yeah, right. But no, this one, like, it got every single, like, advantage and gap right. Like, the gap between the stats and the abilities they have and just the overall equipment. It's like, yeah, that's 100% the case. There's some in the other episodes where it's like, well, to be fair, there is this. Like, even if it doesn't change anything, it's like, there is this one thing. But with this one, it's like, there's no to be fair. That's legit the case. Like, they were saying how, like, they're both Multi-City Black, but Wolverine has a solar system level skeleton. I will say, I always considered the Berserker Rage and Berserker Armor kind of on par with each other, but I guess considering Wolverine and Guts alone, like, just doesn't end well for Guts anyway, I guess that's what they were going with. I always just kind of consider, like, what does their powers do to each other. Kind of like in Thor versus Wonder Woman, they were saying how their super modes did the same sort of thing. That's what I was kind of going for here. I think what they were going for is like the Berserker Rage is going to beat the Berserker Armor for the same reasons that Wolverine beats Guts. Which yeah, it does. Wolverine doesn't need Berserker Rage. Just saying. Poor Guts, huh? And I'm thinking about this now. I'm like, poor Guts. He didn't stand a chance.
Oh well.
It is what it is.
I think Rick like said it well. Like at the end, like, ladies and gentlemen, we lost a great.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of Berserk ever, and let alone Guts. I definitely prefer Wolverine, but I don't know. Guts isn't that bad. I didn't like him at first. Like when I first heard of him, I was like, meh. Like I wasn't that big into him. Over time, especially when I researched him, I was like, he's okay. He's pretty cool. But Wolverine's better, like massively. So yeah, that's.
yeah. Also, I think this like had like some of the best show.
Huh?
I think this episode had like some of the best moments for me in Chelsea.
Yeah. Yeah. This is a good episode.
The power of Eliza Thornberry will definitely be.
What?
Like, remember, like, oh yeah, sure. The power of Eliza Thornberry will definitely be helpful here.
I don't remember that at all. I haven't seen the episode in a while, and when I did, I only watched the fight because the fight's the best. Maybe when we're done here, I will go back and rewatch the whole thing. Yeah. Only other thing I'll add before we move on is that the new intro is just the best thing ever.
It kind of caught me off guard. Like, I was like, I didn't like. It's really good, but like, it just caught me off guard.
Yeah, there wasn't really much build up to it. It was just out of nowhere. When I watched it, it was there was an audio glitch. I don't know if you heard this. There's when Tiki was rendering this, for some reason the rendering would just ignore some stuff, which included a lot of the music tracks and sound effects, which included the theme for the new intro. So it was literally just it was literally just the visuals for the intro. There was no music to it at all, which I found funny, honestly. You'll see that. You'll see how I reacted to that in the reaction video that is not uploaded yet. I'm sad. I am sad now.
Well, let's not be sad and move on.
This was so fast. Okay. All right. Yeah, let's move on because there's literally nothing else to talk about with Guts vs. Wolverine that we wouldn't spend like hours talking about.
No, because it was literally the best.
It was literally the best. Like it's not Screw Attack quality yet, but it's getting there.
Yeah, it's more like I don't know how to
rank it yet because there's still some of the other episodes that put it down. But yeah, it's not quite there yet, but it's getting there. Although I don't think we should like hold it against them.
Also, speaking of Screw Attack, we have a somewhat Screw Attack fight next.
That was a stretch.
Yeah, I'm bad at I was good at segues in the first episode.
Yeah, that was quite the stretch, honestly. Okay, let's just ignoring that. Let's just move on. So yeah, the next up is terrifying. Alright, it's Leone or Leon, who knows, from Akamaga Kill versus Yang from Ruby. And your mate's probably watching this and thinking, oh crap, what if Yang dies? Yeah,
at least it's not Mikasa.
Yeah. Although if Mikasa fights Blake, then he's gonna have no qualms with Mikasa getting.
Gosh dang it.
Oh, Blake.
Gosh dang.
Yeah. I don't know. Who could Blake fight though?
On Battle Royale? Or?
Yeah, on Battle Royale. I mean, Death Battle we obviously know, but
Actually, that does bring up a good second topic later, but...
Ooh, okay. News.
I have a second topic planned.
News to me. Oh yeah, because this time we have literally nothing to talk about. We have two fights and that's it.
Speaking of which, let's get it to the second one.
Yeah, okay, Leone versus Yang. I'm just gonna say Leone for right now. If any of Atomic Kill fans are watching this, and I butcher the name, please don't crucify me. I don't watch Akamaga Kill, okay? I'm sorry.
I honestly want to... I don't know much about either, but from what I know, I want to...
Yeah, I'm Team Yang as well. I never really... When I was researching this, I honestly went to like Reddit Respect Threads and to look up Leone's feats. I didn't watch the show because I heard it contradicts a lot of what happens in the manga. And I honestly, I don't care enough to actually get into the show, and I don't think I'd have enough time to watch Ruby, and get my thoughts together and make a video, and then by the time the episode comes out, I don't think I'd have enough time for that. So I just looked up respect threads for Leone. I looked up one for Yang as well. I kind of skimmed through Ruby. So I guess before we get into the what's gonna happen, let's get into like what they're doing for this episode. First off, the thumbnail.
It was made by Michelle. I don't know her last name, but she works on Battle Royale. She's like one of the aspiring artists. And,
I was about to say. Anyways, yeah, she made the renders for the thumbnail for this time. I'm not going to show it on screen the whole way through because I want to keep consistency with the last episode. Yeah, but I'll put it on screen, and then when we get off the topic, which is probably going to be right now, I'll go back to what it was before. Sun God and shoot, why am I blanking on this name? I forget. Sun God and another animator are doing the animation. I had a list somewhere. I don't know where it went. Sun God, for those who don't know, is a member of Hypergauge and a member of the XVX channel, XVX team. He does fights for them. I don't remember Sun God's last 1 minute melee though. It was wasn't it supposed to be Mewtwo versus Frieza, but then it changed to someone else?
I don't know. Yeah, but he's recorded. He's an XBX animator. He's a cartoon fight club / Rumble animator, and he makes some good stuff. So I'm pretty excited.
Yeah, I don't think it will be Guts versus Wolverine levels of good, but hopefully it'll be up there. I've also talked with Tiki on on private chats in the Crossover X server. There are plans for voice actors. Tiki said they have ideas. So I don't know if there will be a casting call club. There might be. I don't know. No, I'm not even gonna try. I wanted to get. I know there are people. I know some people who I think would. I think it'd be interesting to have them try, but I don't think they'd be interested in doing it.
Also, the other animator is Blaze.
Blaze, right? Yeah. So we're gonna have. At the very least, we're going to have a decent animation, and hopefully some good voice actors. Assuming there's voice actors at all, but I don't see why there wouldn't be. This isn't like Sub-Zero versus Killua where they're fighting game characters. Like, these two have to have banter between each other.
What if they actually got games?
No, they can't. I don't think they can. That'd be awesome, but I don't think they can. I don't think it's Barbara Dunkelman, by the way, who voices Yang. Unlike Screw Attack, I don't think. I think Barbara's actually under contract. The thing is, Screw Attack and Rooster Teeth are together, so obviously Barbara can do whatever she wants with Screw Attack. But yeah, I wouldn't expect Barbara to voice her here. It'd be awesome, but I don't think they'd be able to.
So let's get into this.
Yeah, who's gonna win? TLDR? We have no idea.
Well, I'm still gonna root for Yang.
Yeah, we're still rooting for Yang, but we have no idea if she's actually gonna win. I know people have been saying how, like, people were asking, like when in the Ruby timeline they're going for with Yang. Because spoiler alert for those who don't watch Ruby, Yang loses her arm in a very, very, very brief battle against Adam Taurus, who, by the way, is the worst Ruby character ever. And it eventually, midway through Volume 4, it gets replaced by a cybernetic arm made at the Atlas military. I know ZDogg's here having no clue what I'm talking about.
I can kind of break it.
Okay. Yeah, the people at Atlas make a lot of machinery. Like for Ruby fans, for any non-Ruby fans, if you watch the death battle between Yang and Tifa, a lot of the robots there were made by them, and they were just so kind enough to make a robot arm for Yang. She kind of rejected it at first because it's not really it's not a part of her, but she eventually grew into it. It's a part of her now. Tiki has said that it's in the current timeline, like post Volume 5, because that's the most recent one that ended like 2 weeks ago. It ended around the time this was announced, at least. So, so Tiki has confirmed that Yang will have her robot arm, but then Tommy, who just became a researcher, has said that the results wouldn't change, like with or without the robot arm. So if Yang wins this, it's not going to be because she now has the robot arm. Then if she didn't have it, then she would lose. Like regardless, like whether she wins or loses, she would have won or lost without the robot arm anyway. So at least nothing would change. So Lena is basically like she works with the main character Akame in the faction Night Raid. She's kind of like and she's had a rough childhood. They both have had childhoods that weren't exactly the best. But Lena's is just wow. But okay, onto the actual thing. What makes this difficult to call is that they're actually like the stats are even. They're actually like legitimately even. Both are around multi-city block and massively hypersonic. The rest of them, with the exception of maybe intelligence, although they kind of interchange, they go to Yang, but those are kind of advantages that don't really matter in the grand scheme of things. They're both pretty smart, but Leona doesn't really. Leona is like Wolverine in that she doesn't really strategize. She's kind of a go-in swinging kind of girl. Meanwhile, Yang is basically the same way. She can come up with strategies, but not when she's super angry, and she gets super angry a lot.
supposed to.
Yeah. Like, Yang's temper is one of the worst I've ever seen. I'm not even exaggerating. But yeah. The big thing is that, on one hand, Yang's aura is one giant thing. Because it's basically a force field kind of thing. It acts as like a layer of defense. It's like a shield. And it has minor regeneration. It's not like if I get stabbed or something, then I'm not gonna just like if she gets stabbed or something, she's obviously that's obviously gonna kill her. But if she gets like scratched up or something, like say if she gets cut, but she doesn't lose a limb or something, like the cut could probably heal. The aura also helps out with her semblance, which is what we were talking about before. Basically, she can absorb whatever hits come at her, and add it to her own strength. The problem is that she has to survive the actual hit. So if an attack is way too strong for her aura, she's not gonna absorb that. Let's say if it's something her aura can take, she's gonna take whatever damage she took, add it to her defense, her strength. So say for example this is just hypothetical, but say for example she gets hit by an attack that can destroy a building or something, and she survives. She can take that building destroying attack and add it to her own insane strength. But again, if it was like an attack that could destroy a city or something, that's probably going to be the end of her. So that's the problem. And Leone has bullcrap regen. Just saying. Like if we're comparing both characters' regenerative abilities, Leone's is way better. Like she's lost limbs before and reattached them. Her healing kind of works like it's kind of like a dumbed down version of Deadpool's. Like say if she got decapitated or something, I'm pretty sure she would die from that. But it takes her a while, but she has like reattached to limbs or something. Go on. She also has like her belt is her main weapon. Both characters use like accessories as weapons. It's weird. Like Yang has her wrist gauntlets, and her arm, and Leone has a belt. It's literally a belt. I don't know why, but it is. Yeah, because anime. It's called Lionel. It enhances the user's senses, like the 5 main senses we all know so much about. And it also gives them animal-like instinct, like kind of the animals they're based on. So obviously Leone gets like what?
Lion.
Yeah, lion stuff, like ears, paws, a tail, and potentially their sharp pointy teeth and their sharp pointy claws. So the issue is that if it's destroyed, she reverts back. Like, she has her insane stuff. It's kind of like magic, basically. She if Lionel is destroyed, she reverts back to. She reverts to an ordinary human being, which, as we all know, is very, very fragile. This is how she, spoiler alert, dies in the Comic Kill manga and anime. She was fighting I think it was a prime minister named Honest. Yes, his name is Honest. Not even kidding.
Why?
I don't know.
Oh, wait, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. The bigger question is why do anime suck at naming characters? Like, look at Dragon Ball. Everyone's named after freaking vegetables.
I guess they were hungry.
Anyways, so Honest destroys Lionel and then shoots her in the stomach with a basic pistol. It's literally just a pistol. And it goes through her. And he throws her off of the building they were fighting on. She survives the fall simply because she merged with a broken piece of Lionel and kind of transformed into a human lion hybrid kind of thing. It was weird. And then they had a big fight, and then the fight was over, and she reverted back to normal and dies. So they both have pretty good trump cards, actually, and Yang's aura isn't unlimited at all. It has a very, very limited amount, and if it runs out, guess what? She's just as fragile as a normal human. This is how many characters in RWBY have died. They run out of aura and then just basically, like, they got shot, or they got stabbed, or they fell great distances. You know, the basic stuff. So yeah, both have trump cards here, and their stats are even. This is why this is so hard. I'm pretty sure, like, the regeneration thing, I'm pretty sure Yang could get past that. Like I said, it's not, like, it's a dumbed down version of Deadpool's regeneration, and we all know Deadpool's regeneration isn't exactly the best ever. Like, it's regenerated him from good stuff, but if you compare him to other regenerators like Alucard or basic Marvel characters with stupid healing factors, the only exception being obviously Wolverine, and even that's debatable. Yeah, Deadpool's isn't exactly good. And Lena's is basically that, but worse. The problem is that it's really slow. So if Yang just, like, overwhelms her healing factor, which she is more than capable of doing, that's not gonna be good. The way I see it, this boils down to which will break first: Lena's Lionel or Yang's aura.
I think what the frick's
Lionel.
Lionel. I think that's.
I mean, maybe, but the thing is with Yang, think about that. That's the problem. Like, Lionel is a weapon, so if it causes Yang too much trouble, then she's gonna say, yeah, I gotta get rid of this thing, and then she's gonna break it, and then that's gonna be game over. But Lina is more than capable of taking out Yang's aura just by simply punching her. Like, she doesn't need to use Lionel at all to break aura. So I don't know. And they're both like. I thought about like who will think about it first. Um, Aura could be broken by simply, like I said, Aura can break by simply taking too much damage, which Luna does anyway, so that doesn't matter. Um, uh, Rhino can be broken by also taking too much damage, but the problem is it's just as tough as her. All the stuff she survived, it has survived too. So, yeah. And I also thought about like who's going to think about it. They're not going to think about it, I don't think. Like Lena is just going to keep bringing the smackdown, and Yang's going to do the exact same thing. It's possible that Lionel could get in the way of one of Yang's stronger attacks and take too much damage and shatter. I think that's 100% possible, but at the same time, it's also 100% possible that Lionel will survive everything because it probably won't get hit, and Leonie is just going to continue to beat down Yang. Basically, that's what this boils down to. Will Lionel break first, or will Aura break first? Whichever one, like if Lionel breaks, then Leonie is going to die. If Aura breaks, then Yang's going to die. If they both break at the same time, well then who the heck knows. But that's not happening, so...
I would just say it was called the stalemate for the time.
Actually, okay. If both break at the same time, then Yang wins, because aside from like the minor precog that every single character in the comic kill has, Lene has no powers at all. She's still just as strong, obviously. Well, maybe. I'm pretty sure she is. I'm pretty sure she'd still be just as strong and just as fast. She's not as durable, and she loses her regen, obviously. If Aura breaks, Yang loses her regen and probably loses her semblance, I think. But her robot arm and Ember Silica are still going to be completely 100% intact. And the stats are even enough to the point where it doesn't even matter. So if both break at the same time, Yang wins. But I don't see that happening. So yeah, probably a stalemate for now. I'm probably gonna wind up giving it to Yang. I'm gonna stay on Team Yang for right now, but I need to think about it a little bit.
Yeah, but if you Leone wins, I actually wouldn't be mad.
Yeah.
Or that. That is it for the 2 battle royales. Don't you just love it when we don't have to talk about 75.5 stuff?
I know, right?
And now, if I can find it, where the frick? We could do the bonus topic I was talking about earlier.
Just so everyone knows, I have no idea what he's gonna say.
Give me a second. Here it is. So, you mentioned something about Blake being featured, and if you actually remember on the Google Plus, like back when they still used the Google Plus for stuff, they actually like sometimes posted like Adam, like the host, a runner of Battle Royale, actually did some like polls on like the thing where like he could like you could like basically I don't know if these are actually gonna happen, but I thought like we could talk about some of them. Like there were like a character, and then there was like 5 options or like 4 options, then the other, and I figured might as well like we could try and talk about them.
Okay.
Yeah, hold on.
I never really hung around with the Google Plus, so these matchups are going to be new to me.
Yeah. It's okay. I'll just share it to you so you can actually. Yeah, so you can actually like go off these. I'll just post it in the BrobusCast thing, just for fun.
Okay.
And I don't care which one we talk about first. You can honestly choose.
Okay.
Like basically, we talk about like one character and then like talk about like the four like the options and then discuss if it would be a good battle royale.
Oh, okay. I see what this is doing. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. Sure. Why not?
Okay. Which one do it? Does it matter to you or?
No. We can go in order. Why not?
Okay. So starting off with Mario, actually.
Yeah, the big face of Nintendo himself. Yeah, Mario doesn't get used a lot. And whenever he does, it's always against Sonic. Um,
Yeah.
like that just needs to stop. Like no more Mario versus Sonic, please. Alright, so the options we see for Mario here are Link, Kirby, and Rayman.
I like
Link gets stomped, so like badly stomped. I'm pretty sure Kirby does too.
I'm not sure. Depending on how you look at Mario, I've heard that's pretty fair.
It actually more depends on how you look at Kirby. Kirby is very like strange. Like the Kirby verse as a whole is kind of strange when it comes to their stats. They're very vague. At the very least, they're like large planet level or something. But then we put them at the very most, and they're like universal, which no. That's like saying that's like never mind. Yeah. So yeah. So I'm out of the three. Okay, Mario versus Rayman needs more recognition in my opinion.
I will back you up on that.
Okay.
Didn't my cut out again?
A little bit, but I know what you said. But
Honestly, I would say either Rayman.
yeah, same. Link gets stomped too hard for that to be interesting. In my personal opinion.
And I'm sure Link has better opinions.
Yeah, probably. Out of the three, I'm gonna say Rayman, but I'll take Kirby. I'm not that big of a fan of Mario versus Link. Like it's just too ludicrously one-sided. It's ridiculous. All right, moving on to Ryu from Street Fighter.
Yeah. Which we haven't had a Street Fighter match on here. Well, at least yet.
Okay, now I'm sad. Yeah, Ryu, like Mario, Ryu needs a bit more recognition, although not as much, because he's at least very, like, it's very diverse as to who people put him up against. But from what I'm seeing here, it looks like our options are Liu Kang, Lucario, Kyo Kusanagi, and Iron Fist.
I know it's the most popular one in here, but I would say Liu Kang.
I don't know. I don't know enough about Kyo to say yeah that one. So I'm throwing Kyo out. Lucario is strange. I mean, I get it, but it's strange. So I don't know. Iron Fist and Liu Kang work, but they also work against each other. So I don't know. Now, if anyone doesn't know, I always, whenever I think of Ryu and Versus, I always kind of tend to point towards Jin from Tekken.
Spoilers, Jin destroys.
Yeah. It's ridiculous.
Spoilers
Yeah.
to Versus Verdict. Pretty much any show that does Ryu versus Jin. Spoilers, Jin's gonna win.
Yeah, Jin always.
Off versus Verdict. I know it was versus Verdict, but whatever.
Wait, it was? I thought Versus Verdict was research, quote unquote.
No, like the episode, like he picked the episode.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Yeah, quote unquote.
Like fans picked the episode.
Yeah. And he just does the research.
Yeah.
If that's what you call it. Alright, my negative feelings towards the guy aside. Out of these options here, okay, I'm pretty sure Iron Fist stomps. I think Iron Fist is just too fast. I don't know. Liu Kang is fine, I guess, but it's just another Street Fighter versus Mortal Kombat match. I don't. If I had to pick one, I guess I'd go with Liu Kang just because I know more about him. But yeah, I don't know. Alright, next up is Shao Kahn from Mortal Kombat.
Yeah. Wait, are we actually gonna go through all of these? Or?
Might as well. I mean, why not? Yeah, Shao Kahn gets used almost never.
Yeah. And when he does, it's either against a Mortal Kombat character or unfair. I'm looking at you, Great Demon. I'm looking at you. Which that episode actually came out. Anyway.
Looks like our options are Akuma, Dr. Doom, Ganondorf, and Hazama.
Don't know anything about Hazama.
Yeah, I don't either. And Dr. Doom is just a ludicrously one-sided match. Dr. Doom is...
That's pretty much how a lot of Dr. Doom fights.
Yeah, Dr. Doom just tends... Doom's Doom, so... Also, I'm pretty sure Ganondorf stomps as well. So yeah, I guess I'm pointing straight at Akuma for this one.
I mean, I don't know how... Ganondorf would be cool, to be honest.
Sure.
Like, as a fight, and I'm not trying to, like, I guess I would mostly prefer Ganondorf versus Shao Kahn, but,
It's island, it's like island and, it's like island / country versus multi-city block, so we know who was winning this one. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna say Akuma, but meh.
Yeah.
Right.
And anyway, oh boy, it's your favorite character.
Okay. Yeah, it's Pearl from Steven Universe. No Steven Universe, but okay. Anyways, alright, we got Ahsoka from Star Wars, Donatello from Ninja Turtles, Undyne from Undertale, or Weiss from Ruby.
I would say Weiss.
I don't know. Undyne is obviously the big requested one.
For some reason.
Yeah, for some reason. I don't watch Steven Universe, but I don't get Ahsoka or Donnie. So that, I don't know.
From what I'm hearing, then enjoyed twice, but I'm guessing you don't really.
I'm just gonna go other, because I don't really care for any of them.
I honestly would go Weiss.
Yeah, I guess if I had to pick one, I'll go Weiss, just because I know the most about her compared to the others. But whatever. Alright, Scorpion.
Back to Mortal Kombat.
Back to Mortal Kombat. That was quick. You got Ghost Rider, Etrigan, Jin Kazama, and Zuko.
Okay, so I don't know anything about Etrigan, and no. Ghost Rider.
No, the Ghost Rider. Yeah, can I just say that all of these, except for maybe, and I use the term maybe very loosely, maybe Zuko, are just ludicrous stomps. Like, holy crap. I get people don't really care for Mortal Kombat, but what do they have against Scorpion? Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, I guess you could say that for Mortal Kombat, since
yeah, yeah, in terms of thematic sense, I guess, in terms of thematic sense, I don't know. In terms of a fairness sense, I'm going to say Zuko. But yeah, I'm pretty sure these are all very, very big stomps against Scorpion, which makes me sad because Scorpion's cool. Alright.
I wouldn't mind if we got featured, just maybe.
Alright. Vegeta.
Yay.
Can I just get my unpopular opinion out of the way now? I honestly don't care for Vegeta. So.
And you said that last time.
Oh, did I? Oh. Yeah. Alright. Now, getting rid of. Moving on from something that will make people actually hate me. Zuko. Zuko.
What?
Vegeta. You got Zod, Gilgamesh, Phoenix Iki, and Thor. Okay. I'm throwing Thor away. So, like, simple as that. Thor's out. I know nothing about Iki or Gilgamesh, so goodbye. So that just leaves Zod.
That'd be okay.
It'd be okay. Vegeta stomps so hard, it's not even funny, but I don't know. Whatever. Alright, Captain America. Moving on to some quality here. Okay. Again, people are gonna hate me now. Yeah, Cap doesn't get a lot of respect in versus. Whenever he does get used, he tends to get crapped on. So it's a bit unfortunate. So yeah, Cap needs something. Like, win or lose, he needs something. Looks like we got Deathstroke, Guile, King Bradley, or Rose Quartz.
Okay, no to Rose Quartz.
Yeah. no to Rose Quartz, and I don't know enough about King Bradley. So that just leaves Guile and Deathstroke. Deathstroke would actually be pretty cool. I hear Taskmaster for him, so, but most people really only use Taskmaster in versus just to have him as fodder against Kakashi. I don't know. From what I know, and I'm pretty sure Deathstroke beats Cap, but Cap beats Guile. From what I know. And I am okay with everything I had just said. I don't know which one would be the more thematic. I guess thematic-wise, I guess I'd probably say Guile. Fairness-wise, I don't know. I'm pretty sure they're both pretty equally fair. But I like Deathstroke more than Guile, so yeah. Out of those two, if I had to pick one, I guess I'd probably say Deathstroke, because I think that one would be really... Because Guile would be cool, but that matchup is done a lot, so... Let's get Deathstroke something here. Let's get Deathstroke something unique.
Yeah.
Well, decently unique anyway.
Yeah. And now, back to Blake.
Yeah, back to Blake.
That's how I got this.
Yeah, Blake gets used never. So, she needs something. From what I'm looking at, we got Blair from Soul Eater, CT from Red vs. Blue, Felicia from Darkstalkers, and Mikasa from Attack on Titan.
Yeah.
Okay, no to Felicia, and no to Blair. So that just leaves CT and Mikasa.
Well, Mikasa. Well, okay. Despite the fact that I think Mikasa could be a death battle, mainly villainy, I don't think Mikasa has any sprites.
I don't think so. And we know Blake's gonna be in Blaze Blue, so she's obviously gonna get like the best sprites. Although to be fair, CT doesn't either. So if they're gonna do Blake, they're probably gonna have it in 3D, but they need a 3D animator for that. So with that in mind, just because of diversity, I'm actually gonna say CT. But either works. Alright. Darth Vader.
Yeah.
My favorite character we've talked about so far. Alright, from we're looking at this, we got Fiora from Xenoblade Chronicles, Voldemort from Harry Potter, Maleficent from Sleeping Beauty, and Obito from Naruto. Okay. Fiora and Obito are out, and Maleficent gets stomped, so goodbye. That was quick.
Well,
that was quick. Voldemort. Yeah, I'm saying Voldemort. What's great about it is that what's also good about it is that I'm pretty sure Vader wins.
I think
so. And if I haven't made it, if I haven't made it obvious on this channel at all, yeah, I'm not really the biggest fan of Harry Potter. And now my sister's gonna watch this and hate me. No, well, she's used to it, I think. Yeah, so I'm saying Voldemort out of these options. I'm pretty sure there are better options, but out of the options we have that with us right now, I'm saying Voldemort. I guess Maleficent would be okay, I guess, but she gets like stomped so hard it's not even funny. But Vader needs a fight, so really I'm okay with anything as long as he gets in and he stands a pretty good chance. If he gets stomped, then I'm not okay with it. Alright. Predator.
the Predator. With some interesting options. Should I read them or do you want to?
I'll get it. I'll take it.
What?
Alright, we got Boba Fett, Fulgore, Prophet, and the T-800.
I personally want to go with Fulgore.
Yeah, Fulgore or Prophet, in my opinion. Although I guess I don't know. I don't know a lot about Prophet. And I guess Boba Fett would be okay. But yeah, I'm out of these four. I'm gonna say Fulgor because yeah. Um, also, I'm pretty sure the T800 gets absolutely stomped. Um, although, in fairness, I'm pretty sure Predator loses the rest of them. I don't know a lot about Prophet, but from what I do know, he's too much for him.
Yeah, I think he does lose to Predator. I think Boba does beat him though.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he does. Even though Boba gets basically nothing from the Legends comics, um, yeah, pretty sure he'd still win. And then Fulgor is just whoa.
It's a pretty cool fight
Yeah. All right, Deadpool.
though. Deadpool, and it's I don't know.
So we got Boba Fett again. Gintoki Sakata from Gintama. Okay. We got Neptune from Hyperdimension Neptunia. I'm gonna pretend like I know what that is. And the Mask.
Okay, first of all, no, I wouldn't say. I don't think masks.
Yeah.
Because besides the fact that another person on the same team is doing it, it's just
Yeah, Mask doesn't stand a chance. Also, I know absolutely nothing about Gintoki or Neptune, so I'm throwing those out as well. And
okay.
that
Wait, I just want to say, Gintama. I know. I've been told by a friend that he's basically anime Deadpool.
okay.
Take Deadpool, put him in an anime. That's convention.
Okay. I don't know. Honestly, none of these are really. Boba Fett's only popular because of the epic rap battle. I don't know, honestly, I would like to see Deadpool, but none of these would really fit. If I had to pick one, despite the stomp, I'm gonna say Mask.
Honestly, I would go with Kentucky for what little I know about him.
Yeah, I don't know. I know nothing about Kentucky and Neptune, so I'm throwing them out for me.
I'm sure they'll find a cool fight for him though if he ever does get it.
Yeah, I mean, normally I would like go the cop out route and just say Dante. But let's get a bit more original here. I don't know who else Deadpool could fight though. I don't know.
We'll have to think about this later.
Yeah. And then finally we got Luigi.
Yeah.
I find it funny how we started with Mario and we're ending it with Luigi.
Hey.
Alright, oh boy, here we go. We got Diddy Kong, Papyrus, Shadow the Hedgehog, and Virgil.
Oh dear. No Shadow. I'm just saying that right now. I never understood Luigi versus Shadow as much.
Yeah, I guess. No Virgil, because I hate seeing Virgil get destroyed that badly. No Papyrus, because screw Undertale. So I guess that leaves Diddy Kong.
Yeah. Although I'm sure Luigi has a lot better opponents.
I'm pretty sure, yeah. I'm trying to think. Luigi doesn't get a lot of requests for how popular he is. Like he's only really used so that he can fodder tails. Um, I don't know. I'll have to think about that.
Actually, I have an idea. I actually suggested this to one of my friends. I don't know how fair it would be, but I actually suggested to him Luigi versus Manic from the Sonic Underground series.
I haven't seen that.
Sonic's brother.
Okay. I haven't seen that show, so I don't know.
It's a pretty weird show. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, I'm sure it is. The only show that's not strange, and even then I'm not even sure, Sonic X, which by the way is good. People shut up. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Luigi could definitely use himself is definitely due for a matchup. But I feel like there are way better options than all four of these potentially combined. And not against his brother, please. That doesn't fit. It's not good. Don't. Yeah, it's the same thing with Deadpool. It's like there's probably better matchups than all of them combined, than all of the options listed combined. But with the options at hand, the best option we have is Diddy Kong. Freaking Diddy Kong. Although I think Shadow would be the most fair.
I personally don't like that.
No, I don't either, but if we're talking fairness-wise, Shadow would probably be the best. Well, it's not good, but but compared to the island level, I think, no. Compared to whatever level Diddy Kong is at, the weakest crap Papyrus and MCB Virgil. And then we got flipping against Luigi, who's basically a taller, faster, and more athletic version of Mario. Yeah, they're not gonna end. That's not ending up so well.
Oh well.
So yeah, if we're talking most unfair, then I would say Papyrus. I think in terms of fairness, from most unfair to most fair, I think it literally goes Papyrus, Virgil, Diddy, and Shadow.
Yeah.
I think. Although they all get stomped, so it doesn't matter. And that's all of them.
Yep, that's all of them. You're welcome for the second topic.
Yeah. I've always thought about. Yeah.
I kind of was thinking that you could go through one at a time, but I didn't.
Oh well. I've always thought about the idea of since Leo's on the team, I've always thought about just for kicks and grins, talking about universes, especially since it's coming back soon. But I don't think the next matchup is something that is one that can spark a lot of conversation. So no wait.
I would have to be okay with that. Leo, I'm sure you would be too.
Yeah.
But I mean, I was already in a prediction video about that match, so I want to go check it out. I'm sorry.
By the time this gets uploaded, they'll probably be that episode will probably already be out. So yeah, I don't know. All right. Moving on from that, we're done. So I'm gonna end this, and I'm gonna go research that matchup we were just talking about. Because screw editing. I'm kidding. Yeah, fun times. It was surprisingly positive.
Yeah, it was pretty positive.
Although to be fair, we had nothing to talk about. So.
Yeah, we we had two relative. We had one positive thing, one negative thing. Well, no, one pretty neutral thing, and then a lot of the talk about matchups were pretty high.
Yeah.
Except for Luigi.
Except for Luigi, which is a shame because Luigi's cool. Alright.
Sorry, Luigi.
Yeah, I'm sorry that we can't find a matchup for you, you fictional piece of crap. Anyways, okay. Yeah, alright. I'm gonna get hated so much. I'm glad this isn't gonna be uploaded for who knows. Alright, so we're done. We had one battle, one upcoming battle, and then a bunch of ideas. All in less than an hour and a half. And like 30 seconds of that is probably gonna get cut out because interruptions are a thing. Okay. So yeah, for what we had, this was.
Honestly, you should be allowed to actually one after
No. That was a fun times for the editing for that one. Okay. Yeah. So that's that. So see you guys next time when Yang vs. Liane comes out.
Yep.
Well, whenever we see you next time. I don't know. Okay. Did we come up with a title for this? We've been slacking for this. We've been slacking with coming up with titles.
Yeah, I was trying. I don't know. We started recording here. Are we still going?
No, we're still going. We'll think of something, maybe, probably not. Alright, so that's BrobusCast Battle Royale Edition episode 3. Yeah, 3. So thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time. Bye, everybody.
Yep. Yeah.